30th of March 2025. In this Skidmark, I want to talk about this thing of apartheid beneficiaries. That is something that the militant blacks are throwing around royally all over the social media. And they've built for themselves a life on that. But let's look at the realities. Apartheid left them this. You black people, this is what you got from apartheid. Cities like this. And you got industrial areas like this. Fully functional areas, providing millions of jobs. You got this type of malls where you could do your shopping safely. The rural towns were well run and functioning. Everything was operational. And they were done in ways that made it nice to be there, to look good for the people that live in that town. But that is what you got from apartheid. Now I'm asking myself, who is the beneficiaries here? Because for me, a guy that grew up through apartheid demanded from me discipline, hard work, all of that. I had to work hard to earn privileges. Yes, there were privileges, but I had to work for that privileges. I didn't get anything for free. And if I was disciplined and I worked hard, I got access to those privileges. But in '94, you got all of that for free. You didn't do anything for it. You just got it. And then what did you do? You started with this plundering, and you were breaking things, you were taking things, you felt entitled to things, and you counted on your numbers all the time. And you went from suburb to suburb, from shop to shop. And you were in the streets, and you made as if you were in charge of everything, and you counted on your numbers. So you were running in the streets, destroying. You were in the malls, you destroy and destruct. You turned the cities into ash heaps, basically. The villages and rural towns was destroyed. In most instances, all of them are not functional at all. Apart from losing all administrative efficiency in those towns, you've turned those towns into slums. And you were not only happy to do it to the cities and the towns, you're also now trying to turn the farmlands into something that looks like there's been a war. But where did you end? Here you are today. This is what you have. This is what you have achieved. So, you, the main beneficiaries of apartheid, you that got a functioning state, a functioning military, a functioning railway system, a functioning industrial base that provided millions of jobs. You got that, and you call me a beneficiary of apartheid. You benefited most because you didn't work and build on that. And then you come with your slavery shit. There was no slavery. The difference is there were jobs available for those that wanted to work. But where are you today? No jobs available. You are unemployed in mass. The real tragedy is you destroyed the education system. An education system that was built to provide you with skills so that you can have a future. You destroyed that, and you did it with stupid motivations, but you destroyed it. You thought it was a clever plan to lower the pass rate to 30. Do you really understand what it means if you pass on 30? There's 70% of that subject that you don't know. Who wants to employ you? You're uninformed. If you go and look at China, they invest billions in education. And you will never read anywhere of students destroying a classroom in China, or burning a school down in China, or burning a school down, or burn a university in Russia. You will never hear about that. But you, the real beneficiaries from apartheid, you ended up with your hands on things that you were incapable of management. It was above your intelligence level, above your discipline level. Your culture is not like that. Many, many, many years ago, back in the Stone Ages, the white race and the black races, all the races started off at the same place, with nothing and a fight for survival from day to day. And what did the white race do? The white race worked hard and developed. Yes, and they had to make wars because they had to keep the barbarians out of their towns and their villages, because the barbarians always want to break, burn, and loot. So they also, the white race, became excellent warriors, the best warriors in the world. And it's a proven fact. And you come here, when they, the whites, my ancestors, arrived in the Cape, what did they find here in Africa? Nothing. Nothing. And they built this country to a country where you inherited cities like this. And what did you do with those cities in 30 years? You turned them into this. And now you wonder what the fuck happened. So, you call me a beneficiary of apartheid. I was a builder during apartheid. I built the things that you benefited from. You inherited it, and you couldn't maintain it. Today, you don't even have water in your taps. You have to carry your water in plastic cans and buckets. Like the Stone Age. You didn't get that from white people. White people gave you water, running water in taps. But you are quick to throw accusations like that to us. It is your problem. It is not our problem. Today you promote to kill me, and the court systems support you, and the government says nothing. But what you have to understand, that government that is silent when you want to kill me are also going to be silent when people start killing you. You're already being killed, about 80 per day, and they do nothing about it. But you are too stupid, yes, stupid, to understand what is happening to you. But you can carry on with your racism and white this and white that and white hatred. You got a fully functional country with a very well-based industrial basis that provided millions of jobs. You, the blacks, you destroyed it. You destroyed it. Today, you're unemployed. The sad part is you are unemployable, because the new technology and the new industries and the new commercial sectors needs qualified people. But you thought it was a clever plan to fuck the school systems up. So you cut yourself out of the future. You must ask yourself, why did the white people that started off at the same place that you started off way back in history, somewhere in a mountain or in a forest fighting for survival, why did they develop cities like this? And what did you do? Why did you never do that? Why did you never achieve that? There is a difference between you and me. But you don't want to understand that, and instead of working and learning, you sow hatred. And you blow the fuel the fires of racism. You will pay for it. That is the law of nature. You will pay for it. South Africa had one of the most respected military machines in the world. Everywhere people respected our military machine. What do you have today? Fuck all. It is a wreck. You can't even defend yourself against Swaziland if it invades you with hang gliders. That's where you are today. You did it, and you call me a beneficiary of apartheid. You were the biggest beneficiaries of apartheid, but then you could not maintain those benefits. You could not maintain it. You fucking destroyed it. Why did you destroy it? It is my opinion that most of the destruction was done out of stupidity, inability to handle it. The water crisis is a clear example of it. Everybody knows it's a major crisis. And your black leadership are talking one in Daba on the other. But they can do fuck all to repair it. Because it is beyond them to repair it. They don't have the skills. Same thing you see with Eskom. They know what the problems are. They can't fix it. Because they don't have the ability to fix it. But keep on with your racism and hatred. What you must just understand very clearly, you are promoting to kill me, a Boer. And I want to remind you that the Boer has come through heavy things. The Boer had the guts to face the mighty British Empire. You must never forget that. And if you look at this image, those graves is my ancestors' graves. They are here. They are witness to what we did in this country and what we did for this country. And you have destroyed this country. I will not leave because I'm not going to leave these people alone here. I will stay here. But you need to understand something today. Very clearly, there is a reason why the white race started off in a cave and ended up having cities like this. And you black men started on the cave and you're still in the caves. You've had your times when you could use what the white men placed there. Just go and look what happened in Zimbabwe. There is for you a perfect example of what happens. The white people gave those people in Zimbabwe solid country. Now what you need to understand, the sanctions against Zimbabwe, look where that country is from sanctions. There were more severe sanctions against South Africa and the white regime. And what happened? We became independent, self-sufficient. Why? Because of this. Because of this. And that is something that you cannot expropriate. You cannot. We have it, you don't have it. But instead of learning, you decided it's better to take the route of racism and hatred and now threatening to kill us. You are threatening to kill us, and the government and the legal system supports you. So, in reality, it is as if the death sentence has been brought back to South Africa for white people, for Boere specifically. And you must understand, you've got a problem because the world are now fully aware of what you're doing. And you must ask yourself, what is going to happen to you? What is your future looking like? If I look at the wreck and ruin that you black people, you did this. You did this to our country. How the fuck do you think you're going to survive? I have no problem. The Boer, we will survive. Because we are survivors. And we have survived many things in the past. And if you had the intelligence to learn history, you would have read it there. But you are calling me a beneficiary of apartheid, where you were the biggest beneficiary of apartheid. Under apartheid, I had privileges that I could only access through hard work and discipline. Nothing was given to me. I had to work for it. And then I got the privileges. And then you inherited it all without earning it, and in 30 years you destroyed it. And I don't need to convince you of the destruction. The destruction is clear all around you. Just look at the state of railway stations in South Africa. Squatter camps built on the rails. Rails removed. You are destroyers by nature, and you don't see it because you feel empowered, because you can run free like this and destroy and destruct. So, on this Sunday evening, I have got some sad news for you. The universe is extremely fair, and things like this will not go on forever. It won't, because you are going to run out of food and you're going to run out of water, and you don't have the survival skills. You have the mouths, but you don't have the skills. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.